Hey YouTube, it's Sierra, aka CC the Amputee, and I wanted to come on the YouTube today to share my weight loss story. Now, just to be upfront, this is just how I lost weight and what worked for me. This video is just to possibly motivate someone to go out there and reach their weight loss goals, because it was pretty hard for me, but and I didn't have anyone in my corner back then, so hopefully this will definitely be a tool to help someone get out there and reach their goal. Just a little bit about me, background. I have always been a skinny kid. I was never overweight. I was pretty slim until my junior year in high school. Junior and senior year of high school was when I gained most of my weight. And I distinctly remember it being junior, senior year, because that was the year where they gave the students permission to go out and to eat lunch. So we would go out every lunch period and have like gyros and Popeyes and pizza. And this would be faithfully every single day for 2 whole years. For the last 2 whole years I was in high school. And then I noticed I started gaining weight. I was at my maximum weight. I was 235 pounds. And I was a size 16, busting out of a size 16. I'm 5'9", and the pictures I'm gonna show, it doesn't give it justice because I am a tall person and my fat did not discriminate. It would be distributed throughout my entire body. Like, I would not just gain weight in one place. I gained weight especially in my face. I gained weight in my arms. I gained weight in my back. I had a hump. I had a hump on my back. That's how much fat I gained. I felt like my fat was like, well, where else we're gonna put it? Let's put it on her hump. Let's put it on the back and make a hump. Terrible. So, and then I also gained weight in my love handles. I didn't care. I still ate the good food. I felt fantastic. My stomach did. I enjoyed all of the food. I didn't feel sluggish or anything until I went to college. And when I went to college, I would commute a lot. So I remember one day I was driving from school going home, and it was in the summertime in Chicago, and I didn't have AC in my car. And the summertime in Chicago, it is brutal. So I remember it being so hot, my windows were down, but I was still sweating, and I could remember feeling my fat roll reaching down to my love handle. And I remember wiping the sweat in between my fat roll and my love handle. And that's when it dawned on me, holy crap, I'm gaining weight. But I dismissed all of that and I went straight to Bocce's Pizza, which is in Chicago. We have like pizza by the slice, and it's not a small slice of pizza. It's probably the equivalent of eating a quarter sized amount of a large pizza. Like, it was a lot of pizza, and it came with like pop or soda. So I didn't care. I still ate the fat food. So I decided to take a break from school. I ended up moving to Texas in 2007. I had a lot of time on my hands. So there was one particular day I was taking a shower. I distinctly remember thinking, like, I feel like I'm washing an elephant. I felt so repulsed. I felt so disgusted. I felt like my insecurity started to set in, and it was bad. It was really bad. About a couple of weeks after that day, I was trying on my size 16 pants, and it did not fit. Like, my fat did not care. I gained weight all over my entire body. I lived around a track that was in length like 1 whole mile long in distance. And I dedicated each morning, Monday through Friday, to walk that track twice. So I ended up walking 2 miles each day. I couldn't run, I couldn't jog, only because the fat only because this is not funny, but it is at the same time. I was so big that I couldn't even trot if I wanted to, because my knees were in excruciating pain whenever I would try to jog. It was so bad. It was so bad. So I decided to stay dedicated to it. Every single day, Monday through Friday, I would wake up early in the morning and I would tackle that track and tackle 2 miles. And with that, I think diet is very important, because I would substitute. I didn't completely change my diet, except the fact that I didn't eat fast food. That I cut that out cold turkey. But I did make substitutions. So instead of white rice, it was brown rice. Instead of white pasta, it was brown pasta. I had no red meats. The only meats that I ever ate were turkey, chicken, and fish. Yeah, that's it. Those were the only meats that I ever ate. So that helped, because I ended up losing 2 to 3 pounds every single week, and that's a lot. I think that's a little too much, but my body, I guess my body was just so shocked that I was moving a lot, and I changed my diet and the weight just started melting off. So I started working out and changing my diet in March, and I ended up moving from Texas in September. So from March until September, I lost 78 pounds. I went from 235, I think my math is right. I went from 235 to 163. In pant size, that was essentially a size 18, because I could no longer fit a size 16. From a size 16, 18 to a size 12. And the size 12 was kind of hanging off of me, but I felt more comfortable with the size 12 instead of going down to like 11 or 10. I completely changed my diet, and I think dieting and moving your body is essential. Whenever I would crave pizza, I would make my own pizza. Whenever I would crave fast food, the only fast food that I would eat was Subway. But when I had Subway back then, in my fat days, I would put like mayo, I would add cheese, like all of the fattening garnishes I would add on there. But instead I substituted my mayo with mustard, and then when I got home I would like add avocado, so it gave that creamy texture to it. So it kind of tricked my mind into thinking like it tastes just as good as mayo. But it tasted better to me. I ended up losing all the weight. I ended up keeping all the weight off until I got sick, and I was bedridden for, I want to say 6 to 8 months, and I ended up gaining about 40 pounds back, and only because I couldn't move and I was taking in a lot of calories, but I had no way to burn it because I couldn't get out of bed. So I ended up gaining like 40 pounds back. But when I got well, I went to the gym and I walked the treadmill for 20-30 minutes, and I did the elliptical for 20-30 minutes, and sat in a sauna and went home. And again, I ended up losing 2 to 3 pounds every week until I went back to 163, because I felt like 163 was my safe zone. Fast forward a few years, when I decided to get involved in athletics, I started to incorporate weightlifting. I ended up losing another full dress size. So currently I'm 157 and I can fit like a size 8 and a size 10 jeans. And I'm content with that. I'm fine with that. Like, I don't mind being a size 8 or a size 10. I go off of how I feel, and I don't go off of the scale anymore, because now that I incorporated lifting weights and weight training, I feel like my muscle is more dense than fat, and I don't know, like, you can't really trust the scale when you implement weight training with your weight loss. Like, before it was just straight cardio, and I started slimming down and getting skinnier, but now I'm not only smaller, but I feel like you can definitely tell that I have some sort of muscle definition because I implemented lifting weights. So yeah, that's how I ended up losing all of that weight almost 80 pounds, 78 pounds, close to 80 pounds. And it was not a walk in the park. Like, you have to stay dedicated. You have to put your workout in your schedule. And it's not, and a lot of people get this confused. A lot of people say like, oh, I'm going on a diet. It's not going on a diet, it's completely changing your diet. And that's what I did. I changed my diet, and my diet has changed since then. I don't really eat pasta now. I eat a lot of quinoa, and there are a lot of brands that make quinoa pasta, and it tastes just as good as pasta. Only because, and I don't want to jump on the celiac disease bandwagon, but I noticed that when I eat a lot of bread and just flour products, my stomach starts to bloat, and it's not very comfortable. It's fairly uncomfortable. So I don't really eat much pasta, if any, and I eat a lot of vegetables now and a lot of fruits. So I kind of tweaked my diet even more. But you have to do what works for you. Not everyone's body is gonna react the same to another person's diet or another person's exercise routine. You have to figure out what works for you. And I'm still learning. It's taken several years for me to understand what my body likes. And when my body reached that plateau, I had to understand what I can change in my diet and my exercise so that I can break that plateau and still gain a little bit of muscle mass and lose a little more fat. It's just tweaking and playing with it and figuring out what your body likes. Hopefully this video is an inspiration to anyone that has struggled with weight loss and needed that little bit of push to get out there and get going, get the ball moving. I'm not saying this is going to be a walk in the park, but it is feasible. Just stay dedicated, stay motivated, have a plan, implement your workout time in your daily routine, completely change your eating habits, and you will lose the weight. Just stay on it and stay on top of everything. I hope this video was helpful for anyone that needed to hear anything about weight loss and just needed that extra push. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. And the other day I was just thinking, like, man, I came so far being diagnosed with cancer 1 month, and then the next month, which was the day before New Year's, I had my surgery.